Welcome back, everybody. Do not adjust your volume. It is the Duty Bound podcast. You're in the right place. I'm back. -1 for just one episode. Naomi's down. We're sending her love and her daughter love. But what's up, Lady J?
Girl, it's been a week.
And I'm coming to y'all from Texas. Yes.
Yeah. But no, I could complain, but
Listen,
when I start to complain, I think about everything that I have going good in my life because I feel like that's the best way to like pull yourself out of that rut,
yes.
that pit.
Listen, that's a whole gospel song. When I look back on all that I've been through, I've had some good days.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some bad days.
And I won't complain. Yes.
But I won't complain. Okay, somebody.
Yes.
Church. Starting off with church. Church. We're going to church.
The church.
The church. I don't even know how you would spell that, but we're going to church.
I feel like I need to figure that out.
You know how to spell that? So everybody can understand. The culture would understand.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not here in these Texas streets.
Oh, okay.
Because, by the time the episode airs on the 15th, everybody will know that I have a grad. I have completed the hardest part, I think, of motherhood is getting them into adulthood. It is now up to her.
Okay. I'm taking notes.
Hands off. Hands off. I equate, I want to use the analogy of boxing to motherhood, right?
Okay.
You grab these feral beings.
Not feral. Not feral.
That come out of your womb. And you try your best to raise them to be decent human beings. And so you teach them to duck and weave. Or is it bob and weave?
Mm-hmm.
Bob and weave.
Mm-hmm.
Put their hands up, right?
Yeah.
All the while navigating the ring of life. You're the coach. And you're like, listen, the opponent, life, she over there. She coming out swinging.
And she wants you. She wants
She is
you.
a mixed martial artist / also feral human being over in that corner, and she don't care nothing about you.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
This is undefeated.
Knocking people out the game. You hear me? And so you navigate in this life with them and telling them, hey, you got to put your hands up. By the time they get to adults, you don't know if you've done a good job until they get to adulthood and they start making decisions. And they're still going to make questionable decisions. There are going to be some times where they do some stuff and you're just like, where'd I go wrong? Did I stand too close to the microwave when I was pregnant?
I'm done.
Was it that kombucha that I drank while I was pregnant?
Was it the tequila that I had when I was unknowingly pregnant?
That prior to 6 weeks conversation. And then you just hope that they put their hands up and learn to fend for themselves. But sometimes watching that train wreck, when you know that there's literally a train barreling for you, or life is coming at you with open hand slaps, girl.
Yeah.
And all you can do is watch.
Yeah.
All you can do is watch. That's where I am. I'm just praying that I have planted enough seeds in this young lady's mind to hold on to God and then run her own race. Because mama can't run this race for you. I'm barely going to get over to this 13.1.
Yeah. I think you have done enough, and more than likely more than enough. The fact that you are wondering if you did enough If you did a good job, tells me you more than likely did a good job. And granted, you have more parenting experience than I do. But what I can say and what I see in like some of my coworkers and people around me, what I've noticed is when their kids become adults, it's like they have this ability to be able to be concerned and help them out, but you ultimately, like you said, have to like let them deal with life. Like life is going to have to teach them,
Mhm.
but eventually those seeds are going to take off. But them early, like late teens to the 20s, a little
Mm,
rocky because
you
you're
take
just,
a deep breath.
they're like, it's like you, okay, training wheels is off.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah.
Like,
Listen,
I don't know if you,
I felt that deep breath that you just took.
have you seen that meme where it's like it's like the mama bird and she kicks her baby bird out the nest and she's like, fly, bitch.
No.
If I come across it again, I have to show it. It, it was so funny. Like, but like so true. It's like the training wheels is off. You gotta go. It's your time now. Like you can't
Send that to
rewind
me.
time back.
I need that immediately. Immediately. I should have put that on a shirt and I'm over here crying tears because I'm like, I would have gave that to her as a graduation.
You still can. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna
Woo!
find it.
Hilarious. Oh man. Okay. Oh, let's give the people what they paid for, right? Let's give the
Hmm.
people what they paid for because we check in with each other. It's important.
Hmm.
Got lives outside of the duty bound, but there's so much. Oh man, this episode is going to be, I feel like it's going to be like our week right now, this
Hmm.
emotional roller coaster with stuff within the
Yeah.
Department of Defense. So, our mid month, I mean, May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Hmm.
It's also Military Appreciation Month because we got Memorial Day at the end of the month. Um, I I will say in terms of Mental Health Awareness Month, I'm very excited that I am going to go get certified to be mental health first aid trained.
Nice.
So there is a certification. I'm encouraging all my listeners. I say all my listeners, right? All six of you out there. Listen.
Listen, we growing. We growing.
Awesome. Um, if you have an opportunity to take this training, I know that it's offered here in person in Maryland. I don't know if they do any online training, but I'm gonna do my absolute best to try to find an online training or maybe get certified myself. Maybe that's something that I need to offer up as Glass Soldiers, getting some people that are mental health first aid trained so that you can be equipped to be able to talk to veterans that are going through some stuff unique to their service. Because it's not the same.
Hmm.
You and I both know it's not the same. So yeah, I'll be getting certified the second I get back to Maryland.
Love it.
And we
Love it.
tell you something, it's cooler here in Texas than it is on the East Coast right
Really?
now. I think
Wow, no, it's chilly here today in Kentucky.
it's gonna be 71 tomorrow in Texas. Never have I ever.
It's 65 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be 48 tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
You know what I was thinking? That I
Hmm.
didn't hit record.
You didn't hit record?
I did. I did.
Oh, okay.
Again, the emotional roller coaster. Were you ready for that dip? Because I wasn't.
I was, well, dang. Anyway, take two.
Okay, put your hands in. Time to go up. Put your hands in there.
Let's go. Like, beam
That
me
was,
up, Scotty. I'm ready.
woo, that was, yeah, my heart sank. Emotional roller coaster. Is the audience, are y'all having fun on this emotional roller coaster with us? Because,
A mess.
okay,
A
my
mess.
apologies to the studio audience that we just took y'all on that emotional ride. Okay.
Ah,
Anywho, Memorial Day. I feel like this is worth repeating, and I don't know, have you found that you have to educate people on Memorial Day to tell them to not say Happy Memorial Day?
I've made several posts in the past, on, like, my social media, and it's like, it's not that I'm unappreciative of you, but it's not this one is not for me. It's for those that didn't come back.
Right.
Um, and I think it's really important to distinguish that because they really did give the ultimate sacrifice.
Exactly. Yeah, it's every year, saying something, doing something, and Imma continue because there's a continuous I mean, I have family members that do the same thing, Happy Memorial
Mhm,
Day, and I'm like, "Mm-mm, don't do that." And you try to do it in a way, that doesn't seem like finger wagging, like, "Shame on you,"
mhm.
type of thing, um, but also you're like, "It's 2024. I really wanna move the needle with us saying Happy Memorial Day." Now, Armed Forces Day is in May. That is a day to thank a veteran
Yeah,
on Armed Forces Day, and then, of course, Veterans Day, which is in November. October? September. Veterans Day. It's November.
November,
It's November.
Veterans Day, yeah.
I just went through the whole fiscal year. September, October. It's in November. Yeah. So Veterans Day, Armed Forces Day, perfect time to thank a veteran, but not on Memorial Day. So Memorial Day is for our fallen, which is why I'm running the Fallen Warriors Half Marathon on Memorial Day because it is for the fallen warriors. I have not lost anyone in my career. That was KIA, MIA. I've had soldiers pass, but I have not lost a soldier to combat, and I don't know anyone personally. So, is that your lived experience being in as well?
Um, I did not know him personally, but we did have a defender, pass while I was deployed. He was KIA.
Okay. This would be the weekend to remember those soldiers. So I'm just gonna encourage the viewers, like, again, not to say happy Memorial Day. It's beyond the barbecues and the federal holiday, but to really make sure that we're honoring those that have given the ultimate sacrifice
Mhm.
uh in in representing our country. So let's get to the segment. What's the T in the DOD?
Oh, yes, I'm ready.
Mm,
I'm ready because we really kicked off this month with a bang. No pun intended. That's awful.
yeah. Listen, but it goes right in line with what we're going to talk about, right?
Mhm.
So the two things. Um, I want to highlight the airman that was killed in Florida
Yes.
because it is still very much gaining traction
Mhm.
and awareness about what happened. I believe it happened on what, like April 30th or something, like the last day of the month. So it's still fresh.
Mhm.
I hate murder porn. I absolutely loathe seeing murder porn all over the internet. I cannot bring myself to watch it. I have never watched it. Um, George Floyd did it for me.
That was brutal.
After that, I cannot bring myself to watch any videos or body cam footage of people being murdered. And so as it's circulating, it's getting harder and harder to want to go on social media. But he was Air Force, and I
Mhm.
know your Air Force. So I wanted your immediate reaction upon finding out.
One, I grieve for his mother.
Mm,
because one thing that you obviously can't, because my kids are not grown, but as a mother, I do worry about my kids going into the military
Mhm.
because I've been there. One thing that you have to understand when you do go in is that that is a risk that you have signed up for,
Mhm.
especially when you have signed up during wartime.
Yeah.
That's not something that gets easier, but one thing that you don't really think about is your child getting murdered stateside.
Mhm. Or burying your child.
Mhm. So, like, when I found out about it, it was just like, wow, so many different feelings, so many different emotions going on. Because when it first came out, I got a completely different story.
Oh, the journalistic twist and narrative that they
I mean, yeah, it was, oh, they were responding to a disturbance and the man had a gun, and then all of a sudden they responded to the wrong house. Was the second story that came out.
Mhm.
So now I'm just like, I'm honestly trying to stay out of it
Mhm.
and just be there in spirit for his mother, for his family. But it's hard not to be upset.
'Cause you have boys too, correct?
I do have boys.
Yeah. Me too.
And I found this out after I had an airman tell me, I don't want to be in the military anymore because why am I fighting for a country that doesn't care about me?
Mhm.
And this was a female airman.
It's hard. Black female?
Hmm.
Yeah. And it's
So
hard to
yeah,
it
it,
I imagine in your position that was probably hard to have a comeback
I have no comeback because walk outside your front door and it tells you, it gives you proof.
or be in your own place of living, and there's proof. Yeah. Um, I heard a pastor once say, and I've shared this on my previous podcast, that I had a miscarriage. Um, Losing a child is like a period in the middle of a sentence.
Mm,
That was so profound to me. And it reminded me of that when I saw the press conference with the mother, the strength, because I would be fit to be tied. I would be fit to be tied, but the strength. And I knew, and I feel like her strength is coming from the community that wants answers and justice.
hmm.
It will never come for her.
Nope.
It will never come for her or her sister. And so, yeah, this was just one of those hard articles and hard things to continue to see play out in social media. And it was going to continue because, again, I feel like it's one of those situations. If those officers or that officer is not charged, we are going backwards. Yeah. um, I saw another military person because the defense is domestic violence or domestic calls are difficult, and officers never know. And I grew up around cops and firefighters. But the one thing that they said was you need to understand also the job that you're going into. And so when you spoke about going into the military and understanding the risk that come along with donning that uniform, so do they. So do they.
Mhm.
and understanding that officers need to learn how to respond and not react,
I completely agree.
because an intellectual pause or a simple answer to the door of who you are, that young man would still be here.
The
So many
wrong
what ifs.
house, though.
Yeah. So
The
many,
wrong house.
so many what ifs. And everybody has an opinion, right? But
Right.
it's just, yeah, you you understand the risk associated with this job too.
Mhm.
And if you have that much fear, then maybe it's time to go see the department psychologist and say, hey, I need some help. Because every call has me heightened, hyper vigilant, overly alert. I can't effectively do my job to protect people if I'm always like this with every call.
Right.
Take a knee, as we would say.
Yep.
Take a knee and ask for help. So, with that, any last thoughts? Because the other one, the other topic within the DoD is equally as,
It's a perfect segue.
yeah.
It's a perfect segue. I mean, I just, we could talk more about it, but honestly, I think it would just get me more upset.
Mhm.
And I'm not trying to bury it, but I just don't think right now I should say anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of taking a knee and asking for help, right?
Hmm.
So the War Horse, which is a phenomenal, I think they do a great job in terms of journalism. Um, they have an online, I don't, yeah, this is not a print magazine or newspaper, but they do a great job in terms of all news, military, and veteran. So they just recently came out with an article about female veteran suicide, which I
Mm,
know is near and dear to our hearts as we talk many times about female veterans that are homeless
hmm.
and the connection to sexual trauma to homeless veterans, especially female veterans. And so their article just recently came out, and I'm going to read a snippet from it. The suicide rate for female veterans has nearly doubled in 2 decades, from 2001 to 2021, the most recent year with data available. Between 2020 and 2021 alone, the rate increased 24%, nearly four times than the 6.3 rise in suicide of male veterans, four times more than male veterans. And the number of women calling or texting the Veteran Crisis Line has risen to nearly 83,000 in 2023 from 70,000 in 2021.
Wow.
I'm thinking about your airmen.
Hmm.
I'm thinking about when the transition, being in and the transition. Like it to wear the uniform is difficult, right? To transition out of that uniform is difficult. I'm curious to find out if the uptick is in veterans or if the uptick is in active duty.
Mm,
I would love to dive more into the study to find out who they surveyed or how they're tracking the data. I know 988 tracks all their data. And by the way, the crisis line is 988. You can text that number or call that number. Um, but it's alarming to hear that number. And as someone who's um, been really trying to understand the connection to MST, because the number of female veterans that report MST continues to rise. And I'm not just talking about physical full on assault too, because the harassment is equally as bad, if not the same. Um, and the connection there. So I'm concerned about it not being addressed in a way that females make up a minor number of the military population still.
Right. Mhm.
And we can go even more micro, right?
Mhm.
S- So outside of gender, we can go to race, we can go to rank, we can go to age,
Yeah.
all of which play a part. Um, your thoughts on the happy medium of they're reaching out for help, but reaching out for help. Yep.
I have mixed feelings about this one.
Hmm.
So, I tell everybody that I meet, especially my airmen, um, both current and past, if you ever need anything, call me. I'm always available. Call me. I don't care what it is. I'm not here to judge you, but I can't help you if I don't know.
We've said that before on this podcast.
Mhm. But I'm also the type when I'm struggling, I will recluse.
Hmm. Hidden can't be healed,
Mhm.
right? That's usually why you'll hear some doctors say, like, don't cover it up. Let air get to it. Or was that an old wives' tale? I can't
It
remember.
might have been an old wives' tale, but I mean, because depending on the wound. Now,
Right.
look, now my medical brain is like,
Yeah,
honey,
get the
like,
medical brain going. Get the
depending on the
wound
room.
analogy.
Yeah,
Come
if
on,
it's if it's a little scratchy, yeah, let it breathe. But if it's something bigger, obviously you're going to have to cover it up, but you also have to get in there to debride it
Mm,
so it can properly heal.
clear some stuff out
You have to clear it out if you want it to heal. Otherwise, it's going to fester. You're going to go into sepsis.
and cause more problems.
Hmm.
Come on now, a medical analogy. Listen, I said we said we're going to church today.
Hmm.
We said we're going
Yeah.
to church today. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Um, like I said, there's a part of me that's, proud and grateful that these warriors are reaching out for help.
Yes.
So little known fact, and this would be your first time hearing it. I'm a two-time attempt survivor. So yeah, the semicolon means something to me. And the first time that I attempted suicide was when I was 12. After having been molested for a year or so and groomed. I took a whole bottle of Tylenol. Not the smartest thing to do because I just wound up with a really bad stomach ache. But I talked about this in my love letters to myself. My father is the one that took me to the hospital. He had no idea what to do. He didn't even want to. Never asked why I did what I did. Just
Wow.
the doctors didn't either. They didn't offer up any help. Um, sorry. They're gonna text message in the middle of the show about my daughter. Um, but never the doctors at that time were talking when I was 12. Let's see, from 1977 to the early 80s.
Mm.
They weren't offering counseling. Just a little black girl that just took a bottle of Tylenol. No one asked me why.
That's rough.
And so my mentality shifted. Not only did it tell me that no one cared, but what I did was ineffective. And all it did was put more ideas in my head of Like, obviously, I gotta do something different. Tylenol is not it, but I didn't have access to lethal means. Thank God I didn't have access to lethal means. My father has weapons in the house. I knew there were guns, shotguns, things like that in the house. But medications and stuff never occurred to me to try to hang myself or cut my wrist or anything else. So there's a connection to me with people that feel this permanent answer to a temporary problem. But I also had a village and a praying grandmother, and not a lot of people have that. So the other side of my semicolon is that praying grandmother and my church. So I put everything into going to church to try to mitigate feeling dirty and shame and unworthy because of what I grew up hearing and what I knew about myself as a child of God. Again,
Mhm.
not a lot of people have that. Why'd you hold your finger up?
Oh, no, I had an itch on my nose. I was just
I thought you were telling me to wait a minute. Oh, momento, por favor.
no. No, no.
I thought you needed a minute.
Mm-mm.
Said we was going on a roller coaster ride. Yeah. That's a deep breath one.
Yeah.
But I've told this story before, and um it gets a little bit easier to tell. Here's why for me, because I want someone to connect to the process, not my
Mhm.
pain.
Right.
Don't connect to my pain, connect to my process. And I'm hoping that it'll help somebody. That's all I got.
I mean, it will.
I think that's enough.
It will. It will, it will.
I'm grateful. I mean, listen, did you see me put you in my highlight reel for women that I feel are strong?
Yes.
You see that? Because
Yes.
you one
Thank you.
you one of them.
I appreciate that.
You gotta have a village. I don't think your village ever goes away. It should never go away. Maybe the village becomes a circle. Square, depending, four quarters, 10
A
dimes, however
parallel
you get
line
to a
because it's
dime.
one
Yeah,
other person.
however you gotta get to a dollar. I don't know if you got 4 good quarters or you got 10 good dimes. I don't know. Maybe you got 100 pennies. Don't know how big your dollar is.
Mhm. Yeah.
I got nickels. I don't know. No, I think I got dimes. I don't think I have that many people. I think I got 10 good dimes. You a dime piece, Lady J.
You know, when you said, "I'm looking for a dime," that's tough.
Your musical
I
references be on
can't
point.
remember.
On point. I be like, hey, you always gonna bring it.
There's memes, movie references, phrases from movies. I got you.
Memes,
Yeah.
music, and movies. Memes, music, and movies.
Yes. Yes.
You got the three
Yes.
cover because you was like,
I
hey, hey,
was over here like, do I say it? Do I say it?
do it. I'm telling you, when the spirit moves you, go with it. Go with it every time.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
good. Let's get to our awareness days. So,
Yes.
let these people know what else is going on besides Mental Health Awareness Month, besides
Mhm.
Military Appreciation Month. And by the way, if you want to appreciate me, please go to Glass Soldier's website. We got a $500 fundraiser going on right now for the end of May. I think I'm at
Okay.
$180. Somebody take me over the limit
Somebody.
to the limit. I'm not as good as Lady J. Don't pay me no mind. Anyway, National Pizza Party Day.
Hey, I love a good pizza. I love a good pizza. But let's not get it twisted. That's not gonna cover up the fact that y'all not paying us because this is we wrapped up Nurses Week and they real quick to throw us a pizza party. What about them wages though?
Happy Nurses
What about those
Week.
wages though?
Teachers will say the same thing. Don't give me no apples, no plaque.
Mm-mm.
How
Yeah.
about how about that $2 raise?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Happy Nurses Week. How you gonna let me
Yes.
start with a pizza party? We should have started with that. Lead with that, Lady J.
It's all good. It's all good.
I got a
Yes, when I
couple
say
nurses in my life.
it's it's I have to say I feel like I really for some reason I fought it for years. But
Being
yeah, and now I'm starting to realize that it is medical absolutely is my calling. But it's just been like what exactly is my purpose?
yeah.
And I think it's starting to slowly unravel. But for 4 years, decades even,
Wow.
I've I just like, no, I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to be a nurse.
And look
Stop
at you.
it.
Nursing.
Hey.
Nursing. Well, I'm glad you stuck around. I'm sure your patients are and clients are.
Thank you. I do appreciate some of them are a little more taxing than others, like every job, but I do love my people.
Listen, I want to give a shout out to the nurse who took care of my mother and our adopted sister. Her name is
Mm.
Kelly. Kelly works at Inspira in New Jersey. Kelly was by my mama's side from September to November. What makes Kelly stand out because everybody's like, she's a nurse, she did her job. No, 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 no. When we moved my mom from the hospital to hospice, when there was nothing else they could do, she did not stay in contact with us at all. When my mom passed away, I sent a note to the doctor there and let them know that my mom had passed. The doctor who was taking care of my mom, and he sent me back this beautiful email that I still have to this very day about how he'd never seen a family rally around a loved one so much. And me staying up there with my mom for all those months was like really special to him. Kelly found my mom's name in the obituary and came to her funeral.
Wow.
I did not cry the whole entire service because I was trying to be strong for my father and my family. I saw Kelly and broke down. Just let it go because she didn't have to do that. Her and another nurse that took care of my mom came to my mom's funeral.
Wow.
That to me was like, I love nurses. I tear up sometimes when I think about what she did because she did not have to do that.
Hmm. Yeah.
She works in the ICU. She loses patients all the time. But something about my mama and our family touched her. So we gave her a t-shirt that said she was our honorary sister with all of our names on it.
Oh.
Stay in touch with her to this very day. I love it. She got married. We sent her a gift, everything. She's like one of the head nurses now at the hospital. And anytime that dad has ever been in there,
Hmm.
like, hey, Carlton is up here acting up. Come see. Come get your boy. So, yeah, absolutely love nurses. Happy Nurse Week.
Yes. Oh, big shout out to my homegirl Ari, Ariel Baker. She is amazing, a whole beast in the fitness
Mm.
field, but she is an RN, and forgive me if I get this wrong. She either is a death doula or becoming a death doula.
Ooh, wow.
Right.
Incredible.
Right. I'm just like every time I see this woman like on because we're geographically separated, but every time I see this woman on social media and everything that she is doing, like I just she just amazes me. She
But
absolutely amazes me. I know
you
she's a
have to be
badass nurse,
to be incredible to do that job. Talk about
right?
talking about an assignment on your life.
Okay, okay. And I was just like, wow.
Ari. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll share her profile stuff with you.
Yeah.
She's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
I love that. I love that
Yep.
for
Yeah.
okay.
So happy Nurses Week to your girl.
Yes. Shout out to teachers. I never considered myself a teacher until I took this position. No, official title is professor, but I love teaching. I didn't even give myself credit this week for being a teacher. Dang, D. Happy Teacher Week. Thank
Was
you.
it Teachers Week too?
It was.
Oh snap. Well, dang. Happy
Listen,
Teachers Week.
learn something on this podcast every time. That's why we have these awareness days, folks. That's why we have these awareness days. Because who would are you aware?
Yeah. We should have that on a t-shirt. Are
Are
you aware?
yeah. Um, the 20th is Be a Millionaire Day.
Okay,
I
well,
don't
I'm
know
a
who wants to do
manifest. I'm a
this
millionaire for the day.
for the day. I'm gonna act up on the 20th
Mm-hmm. I'm
and
a whole millionaire.
by going to the thrift store and getting
I'm gonna pop some tags. So get $20 in my pocket.
songs. It's the songs. I'm gonna play that on the 20th because it's Be a Millionaire Day. That is the song for the 20th. And if you do it, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. I need you to remind me. I'm gonna set a reminder on the 20th. Do you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Good. Okay. I'm gonna end this with making sure that everybody knows that our intern Kelly is
Mhm.
doing our May webinar. It's on
Okay.
D. So Kelsey from Arizona State University is leading the webinar. It's called May Men's Minds. Tongue twister. May Men's Minds on the
Okay.
20, what's the last Thursday of the month? Don't make me lie to y'all. Yes, the 23rd, May 23rd, May 23rd. So May 23rd, May Men's Minds, women, female veterans, please come out. We're going to have a good time. We're building our community. I'm looking forward to it. I want to encourage everyone to look into getting mental health first aid certified. If you need help, please reach out to 988. You can call 988 or you can even text, which I love that they updated this to a text.
Mhm.
Um, I encourage you if you don't, we offer our services to you as well. If you need something, please reach out to Glass Soldier. Please, please, please. We will get you to the right person, the right resource, no matter where you are. I don't care if you're overseas. I don't care if you're here in the States, just reach out. So, I am so glad that we are almost halfway through the year. Girl, 2024 is
It's been a ride.
come on, June.
That's for sure.
Come
It's
on,
it's
June.
been a ride.
I'm looking at June like you better come in here and act like you got some sense.
Sit down and shut up
Don't
until we figure this thing out.
don't ask me to buy nothing. Don't ask
Don't
for
look at nothing. Don't touch nothing.
come on, June.
Seen and not heard. Seen and not heard. Sit down. Sit down. Act right.
Come on, June. I'm gonna make that a meme. Sat out somewhere because was acting up. June, sat down. Just sit this one out.
Oh Lord. And then it's Gemini season. Lord, yeah.
Never mind.
Sit down and
Never
shut
mind.
up.
No, it's not gonna happen. Never mind. Okay. Anyway, just get ready. Just get ready. I got a few of them in my life to include my
Facts. My father's a Gemini.
Awesome sauce.
Mhm.
Um, I'm gonna finish graduation activity, so I'm excited. Listen, listeners, thank you so much. You already know time is a finite resource. I thank you for spending it with us. Please drop us a review. Please share this podcast. Please go and donate so that we can keep Glass Soldier off of this runway and so that we can take off, right? We need fuel. So to keep doing what we're gonna do, but there's gonna be some amazing and exciting things coming out. I can't wait. Oh man, y'all just gonna have to tune in because we're building this plane as we're flying it.
Hey, sometimes that's the best way.
I feel like Fred Flintstone, we got our feet on the ground. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Thank you guys. As always, do good, be good. Signing off. Lady J, you need to sign
Peace.
off.
I do, I guess. I'll think on it.
For now, she said peace.
Be kind.
Yeah.
Go love each other. Seriously. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm
And on
tired.
that, period. We out.